Okay, let's roll right into our post-race for today's 21st annual Aaron's 312 NASCAR Nationwide Series event here at Talladega Superspeedway. And our race winner is Joey Logano. He drove the number 18 GameStop Max Payne 3 Toyota with Joe Gibbs Racing. He's joined by his crew chief, Adam Stevens. And for the Toyota, this is their 200th National Series victory in NASCAR. Congratulations to Toyota. Congratulations to Joey Logano, crew chief Adam Stevens, and Joe Gibbs Racing. Joey, certainly unpredictable finish out there today. Let's put it that way. I want you to explain to it.
I haven't seen one predictable in Talladega yet. So, you like to think it's predictable. You like to think you got a game plan. And the game plan did come through that time, so that's exciting. But, man, it's crazy race. Elliott Sadler and I we planned to work together. And, we worked good in practice. We worked good at the beginning of the race. Good. We led some laps. When we had that chemistry, which was important to, run hard when we needed to, and our cars worked good together. We were fast together. And then we all checked up in 3 one time, and he ran it back to me and knocked his nose in, I think. So that killed his day. So then I had to find a new teammate after that, and try to find somebody, and he comes to these late race restarts. It's just kind of whoever's in front of you, restart third there, the last restart, pushing Kyle. Kyle and I have worked together a lot in the past, obviously being teammates on the Cup side. We got that chemistry there that we know what we got to do. And we were able to get out in front of them, and I was very surprised that they didn't form a run to the outside of us and pull us apart. I was able to do that in Daytona. I just figured the same thing would happen here, but it didn't. So, we were out there, and I was like, okay, I know he's thinking the same thing as me. He knows I'm going to make the move to make something happen here, and just got him right at the line. So super exciting to win him that way, because you don't know you got it until you're at the line, so it's not like there's anything building up. So I was super pumped. I hope Eric McClure is okay. I seen he got airlifted out, so I don't know what happened there, but hopefully he's all right. And overall, it's a fun day, that's for sure.
Thanks a lot, Joey. Adam, how about you?
Wow, I think he pretty much summed it all up there. That was a little long-winded there, Joe. I have to work on that.
Sorry.
But we did have a game plan coming in, as we do for every weekend, but it seems like they changed 2 and 3 times. This one, I felt bad for Elliott and the whole 2 team. They were working well together, and we were committed to them. And, when he had that overheating problem, all bets were off. And then we jumped in there with the 6 and got split up horribly. And then it was just Joey taking advantage of every opportunity in front of him. And then, honestly, luckily, we found ourselves behind the 54 and not beside him on the last restart. And Joey knew what he had to do from there, and he was able to get it done.
All right, we'll open it up for questions. Please give us your name and affiliation before you start. We'll start with Reed and then Jim Utter.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. Joey, when you're coming to the checkers like that and you're pushing Kyle, how do you know exactly when to make the move? I mean, is it a feel thing? Do you feel momentum? Can you sort of describe the process? And, because you go too early, you lose. You go too late, you lose, and you really have to time it just right. How do you pick the moment to go?
There's a lot of different things. There's no momentum change because you're pushing the guy, so you're not getting a run on him. You're already there. The big thing is you practice this in practice, and you practice pulling out on someone and seeing how quick you can slow him down and beat him to the line. And you get the experience of knowing that how long it's going to take. Obviously, we've all seen it here in the past a few times, so you're watching on TV too, and you see how to do it there. For me, I know I was staring in the mirror because I didn't want to have that other group beat us to the line, because that was going to be the real kicker. So I had to make sure I had enough room behind me to do this. So I was like, okay, he was about 3 car lengths back, maybe 4. I was like, okay, and you know how much you're going to slow down when you make the move, so you got to do it late enough. And to be honest with you, I did it, and I was like, oh, my God, too early. And I looked up in the mirror. I was like, oh, maybe I'll be all right. And then we won the race. So that was I was super – I was telling Adam, I said, you'd laugh if I had in-car camera in there because I was going crazy. So a lot of fun.
Jim Mutter, Charlotte Observer. There's a gentleman you may know named Brad Coleman who claims that you called this yesterday. Is that true?
I did call this. I told my buddy Coleman Presley because I was laughing.
Coleman Presley.
All my buddies have won this weekend. Coleman won in Kingsport. Brandon won yesterday in the ARCA race. I was like, man, I better win a race here. So, man, we're all doing good this weekend. So we'll see what happens. We laugh because we call ourselves the field fillers. So it's pretty cool. All of us are winning, so we'll all have trophies and plenty of stories to tell each other.
Did you say that based on anything that you had felt in practice,
Well,
or you just felt you kind of do?
Yeah, I don't know. Some races you just feel very confident. You know, you just feel like, man, I got a really good shot at winning this thing. And you know, it's hard to feel confident going into a place like this because you never know what's going to happen. But I had that feeling in California and I had a really good car and had it again. And I was like, man, I'm going to win this thing today. So I wasn't going to let anything stop me, and had a lot of fun with it. So should bring that attitude to every race, I bet.
Go to Jenna and then over to Stan.
Jennifer AP. Joey, you've been the bridesmaid a lot to Kyle, and I know driver memories are like elephants, so you may know exactly how many times you finished second to him, but how vindicating is it to get him?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, Kyle and I, we're friends. You know, we've worked a lot together and being teammates and seeing each other every weekend and working together at JGR. You know, there's a friendly rivalry. You know, you want to beat each other, but we're friends. So, you know, no matter who it is, you're going to race them as hard as you can, try to win it. You know, I don't think there's a point that the two of us won't wreck each other to win the race. And that's from both sides. So that's a respect that's important. But we will also race the heck out of each other for a win. So, and I was able to push him to a couple wins, I think, in the past. So, you know, he came up in the victory lane, is laughing at. He said, "You pushed me last year, you know, something like that." He goes, "You got me this time, so we're equal." So I was like, "Whatever." So, but I had a lot of fun. It was cool. You know, typically for me, I'm always the pusher. That's why I always finish second. But usually the caution comes out around turn 3 because they all wreck behind me. But they actually got their checkered flag and go all the way to the line, and then you can make that last late race move for the win.
Stan Creekmore with RPMtonight.com. Adam, this is for you. You told us already how you felt very comfortable that Joey knew exactly what to do over those last 2 laps to get the win. But as you're watching the 4th turn and then they're coming through the curve on the front stretch, in the back of your mind, are you saying, now? You know, are you the least bit thinking about it?
You know, I don't know how this is going to sound, but as a crew chief at these restrictor plate races, you really detach yourself from the intimate details of what's going on the racetrack. You can't live and die by every decision they make, and you can't possibly know everything that's in their mind when they do what they do. And so many things can happen that are completely out of their control that, you know, you put the best car out there you can, you have the best race strategy you can, and you do whatever you can do to give them the best shot, and then you let them handle it. And whatever they bring you back is what you got. And I felt relaxed and comfortable, excited, because I knew we had a chance. And I was like Joey saying, no caution, no caution. But, you know, as it's going and at the end of the day, at these restrictor plate races, you really have to be okay with what comes out, because there's really nothing you can do about it.
Bob?
Bob Hocker, Sporting News. Joey, what did you see on the wreck? You know, before on the red flag wreck?
I have no idea what I've seen. I just pushing 43, and they were pushing in front of us. 43 started to go down the center, so I was like, okay. Well, I was thinking we'd stay behind and push the other group ahead, but you know, when you're the pusher, you're just that late in the race. You're just going wherever the guy in front of you goes. So he's going to the center. I was like, okay, we'll kind of build a hole here, and we'll get right through here. And, you know, we had to get past those 2 groups in front of us to have a shot at it here. So, you know, we kept pushing, and all of a sudden he must have, I guess he got into the 33. I don't really know. And then when he hit the 33, I think it hit his nose, and it sent him spinning too. So they both I just saw 2 cars spin out in front of me. I don't know what happened from there. I haven't seen a replay of it yet, but I heard Eric's, you know, got airlifted out of here. So, you know, thoughts and prayers are for him right now.
Any other questions for Joey or Adam? And I also think we're clear upstairs. Gentlemen, thanks a lot and congratulations. Joey, good luck tomorrow.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.